we continue to monitor day 2 of special voting, and we cross to SABC News reporter Neria Hlakotsa, who's joining us live. Good afternoon, Neria. Your assessment of day 2 so far?
Good afternoon to you, Nastasia. Currently, we are at the Northern Cape Society for the Blind, where IEC officials have just concluded helping those who are visually impaired to vote. The officials did bring braille so that they can help them to make the mark on their party next to the party of their own choice. I must say that today the IEC did indicate that voting started smoothly. They did indicate that most of their voting stations did open on time. However, there were 2 voting stations that had problem earlier on, and according to the IEC, it was one in Hlakotsa and another one in the Kuruman area. So in Hlakotsa, the party agents there were not happy with the presiding officer, feeling like she is part of another party and this could compromise the process. But the IEC says after that, everything was solved and the voting station did ultimately open. And in the Kuruman area, the IEC says the residents there were unhappy. It was service delivery issues, and as a result, they decided to close the IEC station. But the IEC maintains that that was also resolved within an hour, and the voting station opened. So just more than 500 voting stations did open for these special votes. But Nastasia, let's just bring in those who have voted today, just to speak to them in terms of how they're feeling that they managed to cast their votes. Mama, siyabonga ukuthi usijoyine apha ku SABC. Nivotile namhlanje, niziva njani?
Sivotile namhlanje sisiva kakuhle, kodwa zisekhona ingxaki esijongene nazo ebomini. Into ekufana nokuthi mna endlini indlu yami yawa, ndimo endifumana ipenshelo, umntana wami akasebenzi, into ezifana nezo. Enye into sifuna uba siqhubeke ngesikolo sebraille, siqhubekele phambili.
Siyabonga Mama. So Nastasia, there, Sylvia just indicating to us that she wants some changes, and she's mentioning the fact that currently her house is not in good conditions, and she's hoping that at least now that there could be some form of change. But let's speak also to Sibongile, who cast her vote. She is partially sighted. Sibongile, thank you so much for joining us. You managed to vote today. How are you feeling, and what are the expectations going forward?
I'm feeling nice. I'm very happy today to vote today. I hope that the changes must happen. The changes that I need to, the disabilities must get job, especially as a vision impaired and disabled people, and to find jobs. We don't work here, and here in our workshop, to change our workshop with the braille schools, and there's a lot of changes that I need. And there the robot, there must be something to talk to indicate the robot, and a lot of things.
Those are the views of Sylvia. They're basically saying that they want some form of change as people with disabilities. She's mentioning something that people can take for granted, the fact that they would like to have a voice option next to traffic lights so that they can know whether the traffic light is red, green or orange for that matter. But I want to bring in one other resident here, just who indicated that she did apply for special votes, but unfortunately today when she had to look for her name, she couldn't find her name, and she's unhappy with that, especially because then it would mean that she would have to be in line with everyone else tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us, Nawe. Let's just speak. Today you were expecting to vote because you did apply for special votes. What happened?
Yes, today it was the day that I should have made my mark. But when I come here, they say I do not show it on the register. So I couldn't place my mark. And I wanted my mark to do today a difference for not for me only, but for other ones that are coming behind me. Yes. So
yeah, you can.
I feel devastated today not to do my mark here because of those are some of the changes that we need in disabled people. Those are the changes that we need in future. Ne? So I wanted to make my mark today, but I couldn't because of I do not show up.
But at least now you do know that you will be able to make your mark tomorrow.
Yes, I shall go do my mark tomorrow, but it won't be the same like a special vote. You know, a special vote, at least you don't stand in long queues. And that is one thing that our society doesn't know. The stigma of our people is very low when it comes to disabled people. So at least here, it wouldn't have been a problem for me if I would have done it here with my other fellows, you see.
Thank you so much for your time, Nastasia. The IEC here has indicated that at least 1,000 of their officials are on the ground. Some are doing home visits, but they did say that they're hoping that those who applied for home visits are home when officials come there, because unfortunately once they get there and they do not find you at your home, they will not come back, and that would ultimately mean that you will have to vote tomorrow with the rest of the country. So that is a plea there from IEC officials. But of course, IEC is saying that they're hoping everything will go smoothly from here on until voting stations close for special votes.
That is SABC News reporter Neria Hlakotsa coming to us live from Kimberley.